My name's Hutch. I make Call of Duty videos, put them on the internet, and what you guys are seeing on your screen right now is one of the world's first victories in Warzone, which is Call of Duty's BR that was just announced this morning. I was lucky enough to be invited to come out to Infinity Ward Studio in Santa Monica a couple weeks ago, and I got hands-on with the game for probably about 2 to 3 hours. So for me, it's been personally really not that fun seeing all the rumors fly about maybe it's coming out on the 3rd, or maybe it's coming out this date or whatever, and not being able to say anything, but here we are. And as far as disclaimers go, I didn't stay at any hotel or anything like that, but I was given a ride to the event from my apartment. Some people are confused when I give that disclaimer, but I think I'm legally obligated to, and it's just better just to let you guys know. But this video is not like a paid video or anything like that. We were permitted to capture gameplay and take the video footage home and then, you know, do what I'm doing right now, which is just make a video giving our thoughts. Okay, so right off the rip, I'm going to tell you guys that I had a really good time playing Warzone. Like a ton of fun. But I should also note that because of the fact that I only got to play for a few hours, there's no way I can tell you right now, yes, this is the greatest and best BR that's ever been made, or really give you like that much of a definitive opinion. But what I can tell you is that for the entire time that we played, I really enjoyed myself and didn't find myself feeling too frustrated with anything. I want to talk a little bit about how this BR differs from Blackout. I think it makes the most sense to compare it to that particular game because that's the only other BR in the Call of Duty series. And I will tell you that while it feels similar in many respects, because then again, this is a Call of Duty game, and so there's always going to be that sort of Call of Duty feel, that similarity that's sort of baked in. But there are quite a few substantial differences between the two BRs. And I also kind of want to talk about how, in my opinion, some of the other BRs that have been out there have influenced this game, because one of the things that I think this game mode did really well with was borrowing aspects from other titles, not just in the Call of Duty series, but other BRs that have existed, including really obscure ones that didn't really take off that well or take off that much, and I'm going to tell you guys about that in a minute. So for example, like the looting in this game is way faster than Blackout. The looting is more similar to Fortnite than it is Blackout. You don't have to worry about individual attachments. The guns that you get are sort of preloaded with attachments, and I think there are 5 different rarities that you can get. And each rarity that you advance in will give the gun better attributes, so maybe better weapon velocity, or bullet velocity, or maybe a better scope, or maybe more damage. I'm not really sure how those metrics are sort of divvied up, but yeah, that's how this works. And for somebody like I didn't hate Blackout's looting system, but I much prefer the Fortnite / Warzone model, where if you kill someone, it shouldn't really take you more than 5 seconds to loot them. And that just wasn't the case with Blackout. Maybe some of the more experienced players that knew how to loot really fast and knew which attachments to go for like right away, then maybe looting didn't take that long in Blackout, but in this game it's much faster, and I way prefer that to the old model. Probably the biggest change that that came with Warzone so far that I saw was the addition of an economy. And I don't know how many of you guys play games on PC. I'm sure many of you guys that are watching this are console players. But on PC, there was this game that came out, I want to say 3 years ago, perhaps 4 years ago, called Radical Heights. And it was this third-person BR. It was an alpha. The graphics looked like Atari. It was super unfinished, really unpolished, but it had this system in the game where you could, whenever you got a kill, it would drop you money, and then you could go to a vending machine and then purchase better weapons. I don't know if you could purchase armor or something like that, but basically you could just purchase items using the currency while the game is actually going on. And I love that addition in this game. The only time that I think it could be an issue so far with what I played, again, I only played for a few hours, so if there's some other glaring problem with it that I'm unaware of, then we'll all find out together. But you can purchase a kill streak like I think it was like a cluster bomb, and another one was an airstrike. And if your entire team saves up your economy, and then everybody buys an airstrike, and the circle gets really small at the end, you can see how that's going to get really, really hectic. So if there's one thing that maybe I think they'll have to tune is maybe disable kill streaks for like the final 2 circles or something like that. But it's too early to tell. I didn't get enough hands-on to be able to make that kind of a determination. But some of the other things that you can purchase at these vending machines that are littered throughout the map, that are marked on the map, if you see in the mini map in the upper left, you see those icons. It'll let you know where there's a purchasing station or an ATM, whatever you call it in this game. But some of the other things that you can purchase are armor, which is huge. Like in Fortnite, one of the things that can really kind of screw you is just bad RNG. So you could search the entire Pleasant Park and not find a single shield potion or something like that. I don't even know if it's the same map in Fortnite anymore. Is Pleasant Park still a thing? Wait, wasn't Pleasant Park in H1Z1? I don't know. One of those games. But yeah, you can purchase armor. You don't have to worry. Like, you can find armor too, but if push came to shove and RNG just wasn't on your side, then you can easily find one of these stations and purchase armor. So that's huge. I was a big fan of that. Another thing that you can do with enough money is revive a teammate that's been killed, or spawn him back into the action. So if a teammate was downed and then somebody finished the kill, you can actually bring them back. So that's one of the that's another aspect from another BR that people really enjoyed. I think the first time we saw some form of this was in Apex. So as you can see, like, the game is drawing on a lot of these mechanics that really make these other games work. These really successful mechanics, and then weaving it into the Call of Duty framework. And it felt good. Like, it was just fun. I felt, just to reiterate, I felt like RNG was less important because it's not going to take you that long to find a gun. If you find like a green gun on the ground, which is like, I think the second tier of like how these guns are ranked. So there's like red and then green and then blue and then purple and then gold, I think. If you find a blue gun or something like that, you're going to be fine. It's not like if you find like a shitty SMG in Blackout or something like that, and then you're just kind of screwed for the opening salvos for like the first few fights. Like, it really shouldn't take you that long. And that felt good. I should also say before I forget that this game mode is 150 players, so that is already 50 players above the standard for what BRs have become. And with the addition of the new Gulag system, which I don't know if you're going to see in this gameplay, maybe I can splice it in from some of my other footage or something like that. I can't remember if I died in this gameplay, but you do get sent to a gulag, you get put in a queue, and then you have a 1v1 with some other random person that has already died, and then whoever wins gets to spawn back in. So not only is it 150 players, not only can you revive teammates at ATM machines or vending machines, but also you can get sent to the gulag and then come back. So I found like the action was pretty consistent. Like, there's some downtime in this gameplay that you're seeing where we're just kind of running around and looting and looking for players, but there wasn't really a whole lot of time in between fights, and it really, like, you can hear the bullets from really far away, and so it's sort of like ringing a dinner bell. And with this many players and with this many players coming back after being downed, I think you'll find what I found, which is that this is a pretty fast-paced BR. I also want to go back to the armor system. This is another mechanic that I feel like they borrowed from a lesser-known BR, which is the Battlefield 5 BR Firestorm, which in my opinion was phenomenal. It was a really good map. It was a really good concept of the fire. Actually, it's literally a ring of fire that's like encapsulating the entire map. But the way that they did, it's just unfortunate with that game because it completely died on PC after, I'm going to say, a week or two. But one of the best things about their BR was that it used a really simplified armor system. So Blackout, for example, I thought it was fun to find a level 3 armor. You sort of felt like a god. But with the way that the armor worked and the fact that it could possibly break, if you didn't have scraps to repair it. It made the gunfights super inconsistent, so you never really knew if the guy you were about to fight had 300 HP or 125 HP. And so sometimes it would take you 1.5 seconds to drop somebody. Sometimes it would take you 5 seconds. And I think that frustrated and turned off a lot of players. And as much as they improved the armor system throughout the game's life cycle, I still don't feel like it was ideal. But that's not the case in this game. In this game, it's very simple. You get 100 HP. Your base HP will regenerate, just like it's the regular MP game. So that's a little bit different. In some of the old, in Blackout, your health wouldn't regenerate. You had to use health packs. And before I forget, what you're watching on the screen right there is you can find these little boxes. I can't remember what they're called, but they'll drop out of the sky with a parachute. And if you find the box, you can open it up and switch out whatever gun you have equipped with a pre-customized class. And that includes a perk too. So it's actually super, super useful. And I have officially forgotten what I was talking about. Okay, so the armor. So you get 100 HP base, and that will regenerate, like I said. And then you have these armor scraps that are worth 50 points each. And so if you get 3 armor scraps, you see the little in the bottom left where it says Hutch. There's 3 slots above where my HP is, letting you know that I have 1 armor slot left. Or 1 armor scrap left, and it's been depleted just a little bit. This is so much better in terms of making a consistent experience, because for the most part, the people that you run into towards the late game are going to have the same amount of HP. It doesn't matter what kind of armor they have, whether or not it's level 1, level 2, or level 3. Pretty much everybody that you run into is going to have 250 HP, because it's not hard to find armor scraps. It's not hard to find vending machines to buy armor scraps. And yeah, the availability is just everywhere. So it makes the game a lot more consistent. I really enjoyed that armor system when I played it in Firestorm. I thought it was perfect. And I'm so glad that they did this with this game too. And I'm also glad that they introduced the fact that you can regen health. That's new. That usually isn't the case in these kinds of games. You need to apply like a med pack or something like that. But so if you get screwed in the late game and you don't have any armor scraps or anything like that, you can still fight people if you can use your cover correctly, if you can use it intelligently. Also, what you just saw me right there, you can drop items too. So if your buddy needs an armor scrap or something, they make it really easy for you to drop it. So this next part is kind of a bummer because I love playing these kinds of BRs solo. In my opinion, it's the most pure kind of BR experience. You beat 149 other players as opposed to doing it with a teammate or a couple teammates or something like that. There's, I feel like the feeling of satisfaction that you get after winning a solo BR is unrivaled. I don't get the same kind of feeling when I do it with like a really stacked team of experienced players or something like that. This game, again, in my opinion, unfortunately, only has 3v3s right now. Well, I shouldn't say 3v3s. Groups of 3. It's basically exactly how it is in Apex. So you can solo queue. You don't have to have a team. You can drop in by yourself and try to 1v3 all the teams that you run into. Or you can do that with one teammate and just do it with a team of 2. Or you can drop in with 3. Actually, now that I think about it, I take that back. I don't think you can do that with Apex. I'm pretty sure Apex forces you to drop in with 3 players every time. This game is a little bit different. So, like, it's teams of 3, but you can drop in solo if you want. I might actually still do that from time to time, just as like a challenge, but it's going to be tough in a game where so many people are coming back after being downed, and in a game with 150 players. It's not going to be impossible, but it's going to be difficult. It's going to be tricky. So perhaps the most important part of this release of Warzone that I somehow forgot to mention in the first 2 minutes, because it is the most important part, is that this is a free-to-play game and it's cross-play. So you can access the game through the Modern Warfare client if you already purchased the game, or if you just want to play the Warzone BR, which also includes a separate game mode, which I haven't even talked about yet, called Plunder, then you can download it separately as well. And so I have I have a lot of confidence that this game is going to be really well populated, at least for like a year and a half, perhaps even 2 or 3 years. The fact that it's free to play totally changes the game. I don't know if they're going to try to expand on this game, or if they're going to drop a brand new version of this game like 2 or 3 years from now or something like that, but I have no doubt that this game is going to be really well populated, and that was one of my biggest concerns coming from playing on PC, because Blackout was pretty much dead right around the time that Apex dropped on PC. Once that game came out, because it was free to play and because it was a really well polished game, I believe it really sapped a lot of the player base from Blackout, because it was pretty much a ghost town on PC after that, especially if you were playing solos. Sometimes you could find sort of squad games or group games or whatever. It was a little bit easier to find those games, but it still might have taken you literally 10 minutes for a game to populate enough so that the match actually begins. So I cannot wait to see where this game goes from here. I've really missed BRs. I'm also kind of glad that this came out like 6 months into the game's life cycle, because I had such a good time playing sort of like the competitive S&D game mode in Modern Warfare. And I don't think I would have been playing that had this BR come out now. But now that this BR is coming out like halfway through the game's life cycle, it's like injecting a shitload of life into the game that already was, you know, sustaining a lot of its player base. So I'm super excited. I'm almost positive this is going to be a really good BR, and this is going to be something that I play long term, if not the only game that I play long term. I just really enjoy BRs. I really enjoy this experience, and I think they did a fantastic job of polishing this to make it that really smooth, buttery smooth Call of Duty feel in a brand new map with a bunch of borrowed mechanics that worked really well for other games, and they fit perfectly in this game as well. I can't say it enough. I'm very excited. I had a really good time with this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let the rest of this gameplay play out so you can just sort of see just raw, unfiltered gameplay without my annoying voice in the background. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys soon.
There's a guy at the back, coming around behind us. Very preoccupied with me. There we go, he's down, eh? That last one?
Oh, that's a fucking purple. I'm just gonna buy armor. Where is it? There it is.
We did? Oh yeah.
Gas is moving.
I think there was another guy sniping on that ridge line, like 210, 195. Could be wrong.
Get to the safe zone.
Got 330.
Oh, is this an HDR? It is.
Yeah, we're all good on armor plates now, right?
Yeah.
You hear a vehicle?
Oh, he's still sniping on that ridge. 150. He's up on the very top, or the top tree. You see him kind of crawling?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's 2 of them. They field or no? I think so.
I see him.
Oh yeah, I see.
Oh, they have an airstrike. Oh my god.
Airstrike. Oh. There's a little building down here to the left, to the... Oh yeah, west. Oh, this could be bad. Here we go. That could have been really bad. Yeah. Kind of lost orientation on where they are, though.
Well, they're gonna be down here south.
Yeah, they couldn't have crossed the bridge.
Final deployment is loaded up. Finish the fight.
Heading into that building.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Gas is inbound. Mark the new safe zone.
We got these guys ahead of us, above us here as well, northwest, I believe.
Oh yeah. There's a guy peeking the window. Oh, getting quite severely hit.
Oh fuck, I'm weak. Alright, Alright, I'm behind cover.
You can get the res. If you can get the res, I'll watch over.
Where is it? Okay, yeah, got it.
You're okay. Move.
Yeah, we should be
Just
good.
gonna
We should be
prone out
good.
and armor up real quick.
He's up.
Yeah, heal up, heal up. Should be alright.
Enemy lost track of you. You're safe.
Call the UAV. There you go.
The guy close in his building, I think.
This is Falcon 3-0. We've got
There's a guy close, yeah.
UAV beginning flyover.
He's
We
getting
can push this together. We can, here. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
He's held up in here.
Go around to the left.
I don't see him.
It's in the corner by the doors. Down me.
Fight
He
through
is out
it.
of fuel.
Stand up.
Returning to resupply.
Oh shit,
Oh,
the guy.
Oh, damn.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
Can we outrun it?
I think so.
Looks like it.
Good
You
shot,
wanna
but
spam it?
okay,
You wanna spam it?
And a chopper. Nice.
Oh, I'm getting shot.
I don't know where. Yeah, we're
I'm
getting
gonna
shot.
try and... I don't think it's going well for me.
I got one.
Oh, this guy
How many
sucks.
was
10 enemies remain.
I might be able to crawl
Can he
in.
get you?
Safe zone relocation.
Yeah, I think he can. Got me?
Have to get him now.
Not letting me revive you. There we go.
Oh shit. Right next to us. Oh, you could run in and spend
Hutch,
money and
Hutch.
revive him. Can you?
Say that again.
You could run in, use that pay station, and revive our friend.
We could do. There's literally only four
Oh
people
no!
left though.
That guy sucks.
There's four people left. There's 4 people left.
Alright.
Don't worry about it.
Losing ground.
If there's an opportunity, do it, but yeah.
Oh wait, we're high up. Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we gotta jump down.
You can
Oh, boy.
parachute though, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
a buy station right there.
Gas is coming up quick behind you guys.
Oh, this sucks. I'm parachuting on someone? He doesn't see me?
Okay.
Still behind me.
Targets remaining.
I could not
Good
hit.
work.
Oh,
Gas
this
is
final
inbound.
circle's intense.
Marking new safe
Got
zone.
one.
This is your
Oh,
last.
let's go!
Wait. Last squad.
Oh, shit.
You gotta finish it,
Wait.
man. I think that's it.
Did he
I think
finish
that's
it?
it.
Oh, wait.
Finish it. Wait.
Wait,
shoot.
execute. Wait, how do you execute? How you doing?
Hold down melee. Is it? Hold it down.
Oh, don't do it to
You
him.
didn't stand a chance. Good work.
Wait.
Nice.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
That's fast.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about.